Mac tell these niggas, man, it ain't hard to get it out the mud. Get off your ass and get it. Quit being lazy, nigga. Niggas talk all that shit. My nigga Mac paved the way for you niggas, man. Fresh home from the...
Yo, welcome to the Herd Network, baby.
What's happening?
It's your boy Reg.
Chris, CJ here in the building, man. Podcast 1.
Number one.
Episode.
Number one.
Happy to be here with you, man.
Likewise,
yeah,
bro.
absolutely.
Like all the time coming.
Yeah,
they don't
man.
know how much preparation, time invested behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
Why don't you tell them a little bit?
So our whole goal with the podcast is to promote fashion, business, and promote you guys on a platform where you can come and spill your story. Talk about if you have a brand, such as what made you make this particular hat, or if you're a cleaning company, what inspired you to do that, what keeps you going, you know, and that way we can build a community niche and branch it out and bring other people in. We host events. We wanted to pave a way for other brands. We, of course, as you see, want to build platforms such as podcasts. Really any social networking event that we can get. Like, we got certain things in the works as far as Network Wednesday to get business owners out to where we could exchange business cards, etc., right? So our whole goal with the podcast is to promote fashion, business, and promote you guys on a platform where you can come and spill your story. Talk about if you have a brand, such as what made you make this particular hat, or if you're a cleaning company, what inspired you to do that, what keeps you going, you know, and that way we can build a community niche and branch it out and bring other people in. So that's our goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, and it's black-owned media, right? It's meant to be a boss apparel line.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? It's be your own boss.
Fact.
Become the topic of discussion.
That's
be the elephant in the room, right?
That's
so the more that we can promote just blackness, right?
Yeah.
Black excellence. You know what I mean? We want to do it. Not to put down anybody else in the process, but to uplift our own ultimately, right? And if you an ally, we mess with you just the same. You know what I mean? But this is for us to be able to build our own platform, control our own narrative. No time like right now.
That's
in
true,
my
bro.
opinion, bro.
Yeah, that's what I always thought about it, man. It was like when I first started with Hefe, you know, just me leaving the car business. It was like, man, I am where I am because of me. So I think it was all shaping and forming to get to this time to rub shoulders. I never forget when I came back and met you at the fundraiser. You
That's
remember?
real, yeah.
Yeah, I knew that the stars started to line up because I wanted to come back and get myself with people that my energy is seeking, you know? So lining business up, getting on the platform, a way where I could talk my shit, be black. You know what I mean?
In full circle, you know what I mean? We went to high school together, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so to see people our age do the things that we doing now and the way that we doing it, man, it's a special thing.
Bro.
It's a special
I agree.
thing.
We have been in places that, you know, not even a bragging stance, just places that people would dream of, or, you know, that even our elders kind of still kind of saving to get, you know. So it's just more so like, man, I want to share the beans, spill the beans if I got to get us all where we can get, you know, where we want to be. Sorry about that. So that's the goal with it, and we're about to get it, you know.
So welcome. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for joining. First segment, what we want to do is we want to highlight outfits, shoes, music, movies, whatever it is that caught our eye that we really want to give our opinion on, to be honest with you. So, feature of the week this week.
Let's bring it home,
the
bro.
Anticipated Detroit 2
Let's
album.
bring it home, bro.
From Big Sean.
That's a fact. We had to make that.
We had to. Had to, man. Like I appreciate the way he put on for the city.
Me too. And I've been waiting, bro.
Okay.
I understand being a human. You know what I mean? You go through certain things, you experience certain things.
He drinking moon water now.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
I need some. I love
all type of shit.
We might
going
put
on.
in the shoes.
Whatever you gotta do, right? I guess that's the wave now.
You know?
So, what did you think, man? Overall, let's start here, bro. This era, right?
Yeah.
What do you give it out of 10, first and foremost?
Me personally,
the project.
I gotta say, bro, okay, with the time off invested, not keeping this waiting too long.
Yep.
With what he came out with after, it wasn't. I love the wait. I appreciate it.
Okay.
I appreciate the wait.
That's a little bit like what we do with our brand.
Yeah, you know,
exclusive.
Give you a pause to
exactly
so
right.
Work on something good and give you quality.
Understood.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
okay.
With that, I definitely got to give him. I would say a 9.5. I'm a hard critic.
Whoa.
Because I scored that high. I could have went a little lower. Me personally. Certain songs, I can't give them a 10. I can't give them a 10, bro. Y'all can beat me up.
9.5 is too high.
I'm just looking at the way you come back to be able to say, okay, how many tracks can be played? How many songs that you will hear on the radio after I drop this?
Okay.
I think it's a lot of them, bro. I think with him taking off that time, not back to back with it, where you get an emotion with certain things,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So if I'm taking a little break, being able to come back, he still was like the regular Big Sean with a little bit of improvement, bro. Just his stance of Big Sean.
You nice. You nice. You real nice.
Yeah, what's yours? I got -6 songs to steal.
I mean, listen.
Well, I guess give me a 9. I won't give him
my perspective.
Yeah.
So some of the hottest albums this year, right? Travis
so
Scott album.
To dropping then.
Travis Scott album, I grade hard. You know what I'm saying? And I gave them an 8.
Ask me after this.
And I gave them an 8. So I'm gonna say more like a 7.7 out of 10.
Details.
Yes. Okay.
Details.
Listen, it's not Dark Sky Paradise, right? Like Dark Sky, in my opinion, was his best body of work.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the art that he put together on this album, right? Like I appreciate the stories, the interludes.
I was about to ask you that.
Like the art itself is next level, right? But if I'm comparing it to other hot albums this year, like Travis Scott, or Tyler the Creator, or something like that, like I gotta say it was a little lower, but it was on par.
So
it was on par.
So we don't compare them to the YMB Corday or the Rick early releases too.
Understood.
You know what I mean? Understood. Because now that I was going from a different perspective.
I get your perspective.
You know what I'm saying?
I get your perspective.
I appreciate that.
So tell me, what's your favorite tracks?
Bro, I got them wrote down, G.
Okay.
I got notes.
What's your favorite tracks?
Me personally, I like how he started off. Like, we know Big Sean is orthodox, not really always, the style that we have up here is not always on the beat type of shit, So I like that Lucky Me was pretty cool. If you listen to it, I didn't know that he went through certain things just to expose yourself to kind of talk about certain stuff like him having a heart issue, you know what I mean? So I thought that was cool. I didn't know that side of it.
Okay, that's real.
Of course, I gotta give my boy Nip some praise.
Deep Reverence was tough.
We're gonna hear that forever.
Yeah, that's a tough track.
I like it. I believe is it Demons?
Harder Than My Demons.
Yeah.
That's the first radio track you got.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Well, me personally, I thought Nip's song would make it first.
Okay, well they both on. Okay, I get it.
That's why fair enough.
Fair enough. So I'll say this much: like I like the fact that we got to see Sean. Talk about his life. Like I like Sean when he talking about his life.
That was cool, bro.
Full Circle, the one with Puffy, made me feel like I was back in the '90s. That was a dope track. And Zen the Fuck Out, ZTFO. That's just where I'm at in life, generally speaking, man. So shout out to Big Sean. Detroit too, man. I think it's worth the listen.
Shout out to Dave Chappelle, Stevie Wonder too.
Everybody was on it, man. He had the whole. But I'm a fan, man. I think everybody should give it a sit through, man. But we'd be interested in knowing what you think about the album.
Facts. So make sure y'all leave any comments, concerns. I mean, not concerns, but any comments and future questions about it that we may have missed out. That we can relay on all social medias such as Facebook, Hefe Way, or Hefe Brand Collection, or IG Hefe_brand. But no, we're looking for those so we can keep engagement going.
The elephant in the room.
Bro.
The elephant in the room. All right. So there it is. There it is. We really want to take advantage of talking about the stuff that's going on in the world, right?
Yeah.
Like the stuff we can't ignore, the things that we gonna have to talk about no matter what, whether it makes you uncomfortable, whether it's controversial.
Yeah.
It's just certain conversations that need to be had, and we want to have an authentic podcast, right? So the elephant in the room. What are we talking about today?
Crabs in the bucket, bro.
Crabs in the bucket.
Crabs in the bucket.
Gee.
I'm tired. I'm tired, bro. Man, I ain't gonna front. Because man, I'm just. Like I always say, this is my headline, bro. I'm just me from Pontiac, Michigan, bro.
Right.
I ain't saying I've been everywhere, but I've been a few places to see, bro. It is not all by myself.
Right.
And the more I elevate myself to see that I need you, bro, to grow and to keep going, that's it.
Right.
How can I hold myself, if I'm beat up or whatever, how can I keep my energy here and expect something to grow out of that? You know what I mean? So I know my energy is big too. Right. So if I'm down, I know I'm pulling you down. You know what I mean? Or I can't even think of something good to say out of it. I mean, it may come off.
I got you. It's the notion of jealousy and envy for me. You know what I mean? Like this context that us as a people, generally speaking, and we ain't got to go that far back, but it's nature and nurture.
That's a fact.
From hundreds of years of systematic stuff. But long story short, what ends up happening is there's the scarcity. Right, where people believe that there aren't resources or enough for everybody to eat. Right. And that's not the case.
It is not.
You know what I mean? Like everybody fight over the same titles because nobody with real money has come back to the hood and said, yo, we can provide resources monetarily even.
But you know what, bro? I think we can speak on it even not, I got something to throw at that.
Okay, good.
Because I've seen people, bro, that come back and they may not even have the most money, but the resources they do have. Okay. And I've seen how certain crabs in that bucket will run that person away.
No matter what. Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair.
And I'm just being real, bro. That's real. So I see it in my city. I see it in surrounding cities. I see it when I move away. It's just out there. So it's like, I don't know if y'all don't understand what jealousy is and what it could lead to. Jealousy, bro, it could be an underlying reason why you that way and don't even know jealousy is. It ain't even got to be always a bad thing. It could be something that you may need to go talk to that person you're jealous about and say, hey, how you do that, bro?
That's real.
You know, or where you get that from? Because jealousy is, to me, a little bit of fear.
Right.
If you ask me, as far as like fear to even know or not want to know, not want to know. So it's like you right in the balance of let me turn the lights off on them and not even see.
Right.
You know.
And I respect that perspective. At the same time, like I feel like it was instituted in a way.
It is.
Right. Systematically instituted in a way where it's meant to be the perspective that we don't have a lot.
Yeah.
And as long as people believe we don't have a lot and everything is finite and you can't make more of it, as long as that's the belief system amongst our people, then we're going to always run into people being crabs in the bucket.
What about this, though? I'm not going, I'm just the
devil's advocate.
Yeah, I gotta be, bro.
I'm listening.
I'm so positive, bro, that I have to be the person to ask the bad questions.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So what about the guy that has, you were just saying, what was your last statement? I was just thinking about being the devil's advocate.
No, I got you. So basically, people not having access to resources, right? So as long as we believe that there's scarcity, then nobody's ever gonna work collaboratively.
That's what I was gonna say. So what if the people who do have it run a well dry and then exploit it? It's too late. Is that the bigger crab in the bucket? You know what I mean? Like I've personally seen people in power take advantage of it and act like it's out there when they got it all. You know what I mean? So or they're certain organizations, gonna have it.
Well, I think what it ultimately stems from is you have civil engagement, civil rights activism, right? A couple of decades ago that started.
Yeah.
And then now we didn't focus enough on economic empowerment, right? So it's almost lopsided to the point where all we want to do is engage civically. Yeah. So the only power comes from titles civically.
That's true.
Instead of saying, okay, how do we partner with the people who do have access to these resources, who do have money, right? And that's really what I'm getting at is until we build community.
That's true.
Right? We gonna always have this notion of crabs in the bucket.
That is true too. And I just had to pick at it a little bit because
that's cool.
Just by me coming back and just like some may not know, but just by me being on the football team, bro, I don't exploit it. It's like me giving the bum on the street, like the $10. Or the clothes or the baskets me and my wife gave.
I see what you're saying.
It's not even like that.
You don't even want to talk about it,
yeah,
right?
I really just show you the improvement.
But then again, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't, right? Because like you take Jigga for instance, we don't know how much he done gave away over the course of his life, you feel me? Or anybody for that matter.
Yeah. But
the assumption is if you're not talking about it, then you're not doing it.
Yeah.
But once you start talking about it, you cocky for talking about it.
It is.
You feel me? So like, what's the balance? We need balance.
That's like,
you feel
bro,
me?
when I was in Texas, me and my cousin was talking, and I said, bro, if I bought an R8 right now, I could post it and everything. I could even hit a pothole and put a hole in it, and you hop in and you see my Black Ice air freshener. You ask me if it's rented. So that right there threw me off. You get what I'm saying? Right. So it's hard to say. If you do it, it's done. Or if not, it's not. Right. I would rather do it and let it just be done.
Let it be.
And the history get great.
Let history tell that story.
Yeah, bro. Because
I agree with that. I agree with that.
We could say, if we really exploited everything you do, I look like I'm in a movie, bro. Think of my, you see. Think of my last 6 months of being here, bro.
I get it.
They would think I'm in a movie, bro, or I'm bragging or whatever. It's not like that. I wish somebody get motivation. The people that hit me, I appreciate y'all because I know where your eyes are, where your heart is. They want to see us win.
And by no means is this an indictment against anybody.
No,
because I know it's people out there. Shout out to everybody out there, right?
Yeah.
That's doing good by the community.
Yes, it's
based on their priorities.
It's a lot of.
You feel me? I got my own priorities for how I want to help, and then hopefully collectively we can work together with people with other priorities.
That's
you know what I mean? But until we figure out and strategically come up with a plan to say this is how we build community. Economically, civically, etc., then it's always going to be this notion of it's just not enough for everybody, so I got to go get mine. And interfere with you getting yours.
I agree. We'll just be another podcast talking. We'll just be another brothers getting on some. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
We want to support y'all. Hopefully, y'all support us.
Yeah.
So anyway,
so y'all know we are trying to link with valuable individuals in the city to where we can do stuff for everybody. I always told y'all I'm not just a brand and I don't do it for myself, so I want to pave, and not like that as a handout, but just if it takes one to trail the blaze, shit, hey, follow the fire, bro, you know what I mean? So yeah, bro, so we put in work in the city to be able to have certain things that we waiting on to come about. It's just about approvals, but I don't think we'll be able to have that stance of crabs in the bucket after certain deals close, to where if we had a pop-up shops, etc.
True story.
You get out there, you got your narrative, choose your success. So we thought we'd bring some real shit to the podcast.
Yeah, man. There's the elephant in the room. Everything is gonna be something. So the next thing is the topic of discussion.
Yes.
So every week we want to host you.
Yes.
Right. Anybody with a brand. With a product, with a service. We really just want to put you on the spot and you be the topic of discussion, right? Because again, FA boss, like our goal is to help other bosses be bosses.
Yes.
Like whatever we can do to help your brand, that's our goal. Right?
I agree.
And so today, obviously, this is podcast one.
Number one.
So we're gonna talk about a couple of things that we got going on, just to put it in perspective, and then hopefully. In weeks to come, we can have some other cool people in and out of the city.
I got a little list brewing.
Oh, okay. We got a list brewing.
So I'm going to introduce the topic of discussion. My man to the right. We'll talk about me later. Y'all know FA brand relation when we get down. So I wanted to have this first experience with my business partner, let alone a person that drives me on the outside, to be able to show y'all what's going on. You know what I mean? A person that we both, I would say, set goals on each other that sometimes it looked like it ain't gonna happen, but it did.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So my partner, CJ, Sticky.
So I'm a partner in Sticky Cannabis Operations. So part owner of a couple of dispensaries. One in Ypsilanti, one in Detroit, and then soon to be one in Southfield. The first one in Southfield, actually. So stay tuned for that, man. It's hard for people of color, generally speaking, to get into the cannabis industry.
I can see that.
Right? It's only at 3% ownership, 4% nationally.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So there is no me being in the cannabis industry without criminal justice reform, without economic empowerment for communities of color.
I agree.
Because then I'm not even interested in participating. I can be an entrepreneur and do something different. But at the same time, as an entrepreneur, who doesn't want to be a part of an industry that was previously a prohibition industry?
I agree.
Like, this is alcohol
Yeah.
all over again.
Yeah, like
We just weren't alive for that shit, right?
I agree.
So
I agree.
we got a real opportunity in a lot of my time, man. Whether it's task force, racial task force with the MRA, regulatory agency, first black male board member for the National Cannabis Industry Association. I'm just doing what I can to pay.
Wait.
Oh, go ahead. What's up?
Question.
Right.
We gotta break it down.
That's real.
That's
real.
We gotta speak black talk.
All right, I'm listening.
What is the board? So they know.
So the NCIA is the oldest and largest association in America.
Yeah.
And the biggest, right? So we deal a lot with federal legalization, and then in spokes what's happening in different states.
Gotcha.
So it's cool. It's dope for me to have a perspective that I see what's coming down the pipeline, because what it does is it helps me come to people like you or like anybody else that reached out to me that's interested.
Gotcha.
And for me to say, this is what I think is coming,
Mm-hmm.
based on what you want to do, here's what I recommend.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to hoard no information when it comes to cannabis.
Because you are in the position to do what? Make sure that everything is
Exactly right. I mean, I'm in a position to, at very minimum, like I'm in a position to help change laws
Mhm.
and policy,
That's right.
educate people who want to be in business, or educate people who are legislators making the laws.
That's
You feel me? There's a gap that needs to be filled between the traditional market, they call it the black market,
Yeah.
right?
Facts.
The traditional market, or now illegal market, and legislators making rules to allow people to be able to participate in this.
Okay. Gotcha.
And so I'm trying to fill that gap.
I see that.
I'm trying to fill
and
that.
I've definitely been a part of seeing how you can do that, and it's pretty dope to see that, and for me to be able to have stuff in the background growing to entertain the business.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
yeah,
So
and let me put this out there too. As far as like whether or not there's money to be made in this industry, 100%, right?
100%.
Like
100%.
Michigan is about to be the second largest market.
yeah.
Most businesses that were medical, that turned recreational, tripled in revenue, like overnight. So from 250 to 300,000 to like 700,000.
And how long have it been? I guess you say able to be functional, or you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
When
adult use was recreational market was 2018,
Mhm.
right? Before that, Michigan had a medical market since 2014 or something like that.
Wow.
You feel me? So the money is there, the opportunity is there. If you at home and you saying, "Well, Chris, I'm a person of color. How can I get to the industry?"
Mhm.
Right? Like, first of all, it's not as easy as most people think.
I
Like,
agree.
just because you grow 12 plants.
Man,
Trust me, yo.
That ain't
When you
what's up.
talking about 1,500 plants in an operation in a manufacturing facility, it's a whole different beast
Look, what
with different licenses, bro. Like,
what did I ask you when I first tried? I said, well, when we first started talking, I can't say try because I'm still trying.
you working on it? We working on it. We working on it. Yeah, no doubt.
So when I said, CJ, I got a grower, bro. What is he, a caregiver?
Hey, like, I need to know
Because
because
people think that just because you're a caregiver, that's a license. That is not.
it's almost like translating from high school to college to
Bro,
the
it's
NBA. Bro.
levels
Like, it's
to
a
it.
different,
Levels.
it's a different game, a different speed,
Yeah.
different amount of money. Like, it's
Yeah.
different.
Am
You
I
feel me?
right?
It is. So I say all that to say, based on what you already do, let that be your ancillary business to the industry. If you do marketing, market for companies in cannabis.
Exactly.
If you do accounting, or if you're a lawyer, or fill in the blank, like, do that for cannabis, because you can charge double or triple what you charging right now.
I agree.
And if you are interested in moving into that legal market, like, know you gotta have money.
Facts.
No, you got to get licensed. You know what I'm saying? I'm working and doing what I can to help change legislation, but until then, work with what you got.
That's true.
You
That's
feel
true.
me?
That's
So, listen, I'm available, man. Anybody got any questions, or I can punch you in
Shout
the right
out to the
direction?
spots. Where can they reach you at, bro?
So Sticky Ypsilanti, right across from Eastern Michigan University. Sticky Detroit, Southwest. Shout out to the Southwest, 4th Street in Dearborn, and then on the corner of 12 Mile and Telegraph in Southfield. if not this year, Q1 of next year, man.
Nice. That's right by Graham spot.
Yep.
I'm definitely pulling up.
CJ underscore Wolf 8 is the IG in case you want to ask me any direct questions about weed, about the cannabis industry. Man, I'm here for it. So.
That is sweet, bro. And your boy from the Yak, bro.
Absolutely.
Yak
first and foremost.
You feel me?
First and foremost.
And that's what we're trying to do.
The holy mecca.
Yeah, bring the gems to light, bro.
Yeah.
Like, give people roses while they're here. You feel me? So that's one of the whole reasons why I wanted to get us together and on this level of Sticky, you know what I mean, to show there's power in our city, bro. There's resources. You know, I got one right next to me, you feel me? So
appreciate that.
I hope you feel the same here.
Absolutely.
Yo, y'all know that I love my brand. I take it to heart, and all I want to do is motivate somebody else to do maybe the same thing or just something that's in your heart that you really love doing. And I encourage it to be something that you always picked up to do, that never made you mad, that you could wake up every morning and almost do it without even thinking about it. Me personally, ask my fam, ask my friends, I love being creative, bro. I love being in a content building seat, I guess you say. So with that being said, as y'all know, we started the brand 3 years in January. With that, we done went through the motions, bro. We done cut out elephants from hand, you know what I mean? I think it was like 200, literally my first round. So if it's 200 orders, bro, I had to cut out 400 elephants because it was a small one and a big one. Word. Right?
But so, they need to know about that.
Yeah, I agree, bro. To where, you know, as y'all know, that first shirt, I took it and bought more shirts, and I started with that packet of shirts that I ordered. I put my logo on those and started buying hats. So shout out to everybody that started back then to get where we at now and to where we can give something away, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to give something away either once a week, every 2 weeks, or something that's within this collection that either no one can get or it'll throw you into a collection that you'll see in the future. You know what I mean? It'll never be something that everybody got right now. Just make it a little special for you, feel me? So with that,
what is it?
If you are following us, this is for a special person. DM our Instagram page, Hefe_brand, to receive the item, bro. We were going to launch these, but I actually changed my mind. Yeah, I'm only gonna give these actually away. I talked to a few people. Oh, bro, let me get them. They're yours. No, I'm actually reneging. So
at least you're honest.
Yeah, I'm just being honest, bro. So the Hefe slides, these are only ones made, the only ones that will be made. So we're gonna give them away.
Can you see them all right? Okay, cool.
Can you see them, bro? So these will be the only ones made. They were our mocks. I got the mock, but these are the original ones that we're gonna drop. So if you hit us on Hefe_brand on Instagram,
send you a DM.
Send me a DM. Yo, I need them slides, yo.
And then we gonna randomly choose somebody of the people that put
the DM into, you know, the people that shoot the DM. I'm gonna put y'all in a raffle. And next week, I'm gonna pull the name and we're gonna shoot you the slides.
I don't think they understand, bro. Like, this is one of one.
One of one, bro.
You feel me? Like, it's something to be said about one of one.
Bro.
Like, we got some hoodies. I ain't gonna talk too much about them right now on the way. 1 to 10. It's only gonna be 10 of them things.
Only 10.
Only 10 of them things.
Only 10.
That's coming down the pipeline. But today this is it.
Yes.
So, DM us, man. Engage. Episode 1. One for the history books, you heard me?
Yes, sir.
Yo, appreciate you.
Likewise.
And what we building and what we do. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. Any like, any share, any purchase, being a part of the Herd Network, any comment. No, we appreciate it all. Don't take anything for granted. You can't. But I mean, my closing comment really is just the time is now, man. Like, what are you waiting for? It's nothing to wait for right now. It's perfect. You know, shout out to the families that are recovering from losing loved ones during the pandemic. Nothing to play with, so be safe. At the same time, I was the most productive in these 3 months.
Thanks.
When nothing was going on, you know what I mean? Like, it's no time like today. So
that is the truth. So I'm gonna piggyback off of that. To everyone that's going through the pandemic with us, because we all in it together. So that's what we're trying to do, is keep this niche close, man, and make sure we understand the mission at hand. Is to build, promote the next person, you know. So pound the Herd Network, the Herd
Hashtag for those of you that are younger than
hashtag, you know.
But yeah, we appreciate y'all, man. Tune in next week.